record on this computer, and apparently it's working. It's I can see here on the top left, recording Zoom meeting. So where are you? Where are you, Tian?
I'm in upstate New York. Where are you?
I am in São Paulo City. São Paulo City. When you say upstate New York, what do you mean? It's in New York City or?
No, I live both places, in New York City and in the country about an hour and a half north. So
Okay.
It's all leaves and countryside and sky.
Is it close to Beacon or not?
It's close enough. I trained with Zerka by going from here to there all the time, to Highland, and also to Zerka's house occasionally. So I'm maybe 50 minutes from Beacon and from Highland Park.
50 minutes, 50, 50. So it's not that close.
No,
do you have to cross the Hudson River, or it's in the same side?
You know, I trained so long ago. I'm trying to remember. There was a bridge in the whole drive. There was a bridge. Whether or not I went across it or just looked at it, I think I had to cross it. I think I crossed.
Okay, so you were probably at the other side of the.
Not going to Beacon, I didn't cross it, but going to Highland, I think I crossed it.
Okay.
I think, yeah.
So in that case, you were at the same side. You and Beacon. And what's the name of the city you are now?
Pawling.
How do you spell that?
Pawling.
Okay. Fine.
Quaker Hill, actually. I'm on Quaker Hill. I'm on Quaker Hill, and I live on a hill that George Washington's, the winter of their discontent was on the hill that I live on. This was an area that during that war, Washington encamped his troops. And he stayed at various places in this area because the Quakers were here, keeping everything safe.
Okay. So you are living with very VIP, very important people, at least in the spirit.
In the spirit, but also very, very the winter of their, what is in the ground here is that terrible winter when they starved, and it's.
But is it a house or an apartment?
It's a house.
It's a house.
It wasn't here then, of course, but this area I live in is where Washington was, and the Quakers and all kinds of stuff. It's the East Coast, so much went on here.
Okay. Look, before we started recording, you told me that you are actually Greek.
I am.
Greek. From where in Greece?
Well, I am not from Greece. My father and my grandparents, everybody's from Greece except my mother, whose parents are from Greece. So I'm fully Greek blood. I mean, as much as I am fully Greek blood, I doubt I am fully Greek blood. But I thought I was always until the Ancestry.com. But yes, I am. And I grew up Greek Orthodox and grew up in a very Greek family. My father came here when he was 16 years old, ran down a gangplank with $16. Same with my grandfather. They all were that immigrant story.
Okay. And is Tian, how do you call your name, the whole name?
Christiana.
Christiana.
Christiana. And my mother anglicized it. We grew up in Minnesota. So my mother, when Zerka did one exercise about explore your name, it was my name. I was the fourth child, the fifth if you count the child who died, at which of course you count that child. And that child didn't have a name, but she was always baby girl. And curiously, my sister right after that child was named Rebecca. which means baby girl in Greek, and we call her Becca. So from a psychoanalytic point of view, she was named a replacement child. And then I came along and no one had named anyone. My father named everybody, you know, my father named everything. So my mother said, no one's named anyone after my parents. And my grandparents are Christ and Anna. So I'm Christiana. And but my mother signed everything in schools and everything like that. So she made it Tian. But my father never called me Tian. He said it's not a name. He said, Tiana, Tiana, you're a name. You know, Tian is not a name. Tian is Tian, it's not a name. Tiana, you're Christian, you're a beautiful name. Tian, it's not a name. So I'm Greek.
Great. I was wondering if how do you call so it's now it's Christiana. Okay, this
It's
is
Tian,
just to start
it's
with.
Tian.
Okay, this is to start with. Well, let's make a short break and then we will come back.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so let me stop recording here. I have to